What's up, guys? Ryan here with Southern Reptiles. I hope you guys are having an incredible day. I know I am. It's been an awesome day. Tons of blessings. I've had two really cool things happen today. One of the rarest species of tortoise I keep laid an egg, and that marks egg number 2 that I've gotten from them so far since I acquired the group. My Madagascar spider tortoises, and I also, an even bigger miracle happened, which I've never happened before. I know it's not the world's first time it's happened, but for many breeders it's never even happened, and it was a miracle, this egg hatching. So before I go on any further, please hit that subscribe button and also hit the thumbs up and the bell notification so you'll see any future content and you'll be notified. We got lots of new stuff coming up. I'm hatching more and more stuff. We're going to be adding on more to the enclosure here, the 40 by 80 enclosure. Then after that is the pond, and then the pine area soon. I know I mentioned that in the last video, but I'm so pumped about it. I can't wait to get it all done. So, you're along on the ride with me. So please subscribe, and also don't forget to check out my website at southernreptiles.net. See what's coming up. Just gave the chickens their morning mealworms. I give them the dried mealworms and some bird seed. It's just got all that kind of miscellaneous seeds in it, nothing special. And then they always have their regular chicken scratch in their little tub there. But they love the mealworms and the seeds. When they see me walk by, I hear them yelling, "I want seeds!" They're doing great though. We get probably about eight, sometimes up almost a dozen eggs a day, depending on the day. It's pretty good. The smaller ones lay smaller eggs, and the bigger ones lay bigger eggs, obviously. But yeah, they're all good, and they're just fun to keep. This is the fun part of having chickens. Washing away chicken poop. So I came over to check on the spider tortoises. My female over here is doing the egg laying dance in the corner. I will keep you guys updated, but I think she has already dropped the egg and she is burying it. Alright, so she's covering it up. See what we got. Alright, she finished digging. She went and took a drink of water, and then she went to take a nap. Let's see what we uncover. And that, my friends, right there is a spider tortoise egg. Perfect. Let's hope that it's fertile. You know, I'm not giving my hopes up if it's not fertile. It's the first season having them laying. You know, things take time for them to get into the groove and get into new habits. I also am going to be getting them on topsoil and off of the cypress mulch. It's just been a little hectic moving between two properties, but I'm super happy. This is now my second spider tortoise egg, so I'm very excited. So I figured I'd just show you guys this is some redfoot hatchlings that are just hatching out. These two right here from the same clutch, and these two right here from the same clutch, and it's just so amazing. I love, you know, I've mentioned it before, it's just so cool the variety and size and color that you can have with redfoots, where, you know, they can be, you know, so light and so dark, and, you know, some hatch out very small from smaller eggs like these guys, and these guys hatch out very big. So and just the color differences and the shades and the patterns, and they're just an awesome species all around. I've always said it, redfoots are my favorite species of tortoise. Redfoots and cherryheads, technically the same species, but they're definitely my all-time favorite. So just figured I'd show you some redfoots that just are coming out of the egg right now. Just a quick little video of the spotted turtles. Of course, it's getting scared by my voice. These are one of the coolest North American species of turtle. I love them. So this is definitely a very cool experience. I mean, watching a turtle hatch alone is very, very cool, but this I know has happened before. I've seen it in the past, but this is my personal first time ever having this happen. I actually have Cherryhead twins hatching out, which is unbelievable. There's one on top, which is the one that's really moving the most, and then underneath it is its conjoined brother or sister. I'll try to get some better footage as we go on. They're conjoined by the yolk sac, or, you know, the sac that they carry around underneath their plastron after they hatch, that slowly goes away. And I've seen it done before where you can take dental floss and just sever the yolk sac, which is basically their only way that they're connected. And once you sever that, they'll be free apart, and it's just pretty amazing. They're not completely out of the egg yet, but you can see the head there, and just trying to be gentle. You can see the other one's feet, and it's pretty amazing. I'll show you more once they're out. I'm gonna give them some hours. They just started breaking out of the egg this morning. All right, it's been a couple more hours and they've kind of popped out a little bit more. They still got a ways to go, but I couldn't help but get the camera back out. If you are watching, please like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And please hit the bell notification button so you'll see any future content. So we'll be putting out cool content like this. And these are twin cherryheads right here. You can see the head there on the bottom one, who is upside down, and then its sibling is up top there. Focus isn't so good on the camera, but they are definitely conjoined by that yolk sac. So I'm going to put them in a safe container where they won't stretch too much, let them absorb up the yolk sac safely. And I think these two are both going to be healthy, perfectly healthy, and 100% normal cherryheads. So it's very exciting stuff. This is why I love this hobby. This is why I love doing this. I love these animals, is just the amazing things like this, that it's like a miracle that two of these somehow managed to grow in this egg that was, you know, the size of like a gumball. It was a tiny, tiny egg, and there's two of them in there. So it's just really, really amazing. Okay, so it's day 2 after the twin cherryheads hatched. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on them. They are still connected by their yolk sacs, which is perfectly fine. It's not causing them any harm, any pain. They're not struggling or anything like that. They're basically just sitting like they would be sitting in the nest, absorbing their yolk sacs. If you saw yesterday, you would see that the yolk sacs on both of them, you know, this may look kind of gross, but it's actually completely normal, 100%. For twins, this is completely normal. You can see the one on the left has absorbed a majority of it. About probably by tomorrow will be done, tomorrow morning. And then the one on the right, I would say by tomorrow evening, we'll have the majority of the yolk sac healed up. And at that point, I will take dental floss and tie it around the center of it, where you can see where the two yolk sacs meet. I will take some dental floss and tie it around there, and use some Neosporin, an antiseptic, and sever the yolk sacs, and that way keep it nice and clean and sterile, and also you know, so they don't have any problems. And yeah, they're doing good, and they're actually just staying really calm since I have them out in the light. You know, they're moving around, but once I have them in the dark incubator, they're just chilling, kind of doing their own thing. So they will be they're conjoined today, but I would say by tomorrow evening they will be their own individual beings. They'll still be twins, but they will not be conjoined twins anymore. So looking forward to that, and I will keep you guys posted. So as far as these guys go, they're right where they need to be at as far as absorption of the yolk sac is. So just try to be gentle here. You can see they're both, you know, they're pretty absorbed. We're pretty far along. About one more day and they'll be probably beginning to close up. So what I am going to do now is I am going to take dental floss, 2 pieces of dental floss, and on each side of that little piece of membrane in the middle, I'm going to tie some dental floss around that. Similar to the way they would clamp a baby's umbilical cord, and that tied knot around that will eventually cause the tissue to essentially, for lack of a better word, die off, and they will disconnect from each other. And I'm gonna also put some Neosporin on it, just, you know, a little antibiotic ointment can't hurt, you know, so it could only help. So I'll put a little bit of that on there as well. And I'm just using original dental floss, not mint dental floss, so it doesn't have any kind of flavor to it or anything like that. Also, everybody just keep in mind that this is my first time doing this, you know, so bear with me. I've never done this before. This is a first time experience, so I'm doing my best. I also wanted to make note that I am using my nifty little tripod device that my wife got me for Christmas, and that is so I can be hands-on with both hands, because this is definitely a 2-hand project. And you also got to remember that this does happen in the wild. So if they were to hatch in the wild like this, they more than likely would just twist and pull until they would separate. But for sake of being in captivity, we're gonna do it the most healthy way and best way possible for their well-being. So here we go. Just gonna do this as quick as possible. Okay. Okay, that is number one. I know this does not look so great, but this is for their well-being. Being very careful. All right, now we're gonna do the other one. And I did wash my hands before this process, just to be sure, that I'm not carrying any extra germs or anything like that. Okay, that is, just make sure I don't get too, I want to get as close to the yolk sac as possible. Okay, not pulling it too tight, but tight enough to stop that circulation there. And they're still able to absorb their yolk sacs, no problem. All right, and that is it. The surgery by Dr. Ryan is done. I'm just kidding. So, real quick, I'm just gonna put a little Neosporin on. I think that can only help just to have that on there. So put a little bit. Trying to be on camera here. So the dental floss is tied on both sides. Now we have Neosporin on it as well. And I would say the surgery is a success. They are both wide-eyed and happy, and we'll be going back into the incubator till tomorrow, and then they will be getting their first soak probably tomorrow evening. All right, so the twins are still conjoined. This is the following day. They are getting their first soak. You can see the one on the right is immediately drinking water, which is a very good sign. And so they were tied off. The dental floss was tied yesterday. So I'm thinking by tomorrow they should probably be separated, but no big deal. They're doing fine. Just giving them a first soak, a little bit of hydration. But probably put a little more Neosporin on the yolk sacs, and yeah, they're doing great. they're tiny, and they're, conjoined by the yolk sacs, but all in all, they're doing phenomenally well. So couldn't be happier. When they hatched, their yolk sacs were, about the size of I don't know, about, maybe about the size of I'd say like a marble, and now they're almost completely gone. So progress is good, and I think they're both gonna make it, and they're both gonna thrive. Hello everybody, we have breaking news. They have finally separated. The twins are no longer conjoined, and they are doing fantastic. So fantastic that I felt like I should get them outside for a soak and some natural sunlight today. They are doing wonderful. They're moving around, moving about. They're very energetic, as you can see. Beautiful color on these little guys or girls, and super. So you can see there's still a little bit of yolk sac that needs to be absorbed, which is completely normal for their size and situation, but otherwise the twins are just doing great. I'm pleasantly surprised everything has gone so well. They split apart sometime last night or this morning, and everything has been good. And now they were drinking water yesterday. When I just put them in the water a few minutes ago, I noticed they were drinking, so they are taking in water, getting hydrated, which helps a lot for them. And they will probably begin eating within the next day or two. I'll probably offer food starting tomorrow, and I'm sure they'll start nibbling. So super excited. These guys are gorgeous, and the fact that they're twins is just amazing in itself. So I've never had this happen, and just real cool. So I appreciate you all coming along on the journey. It's been a cool journey, and I hope it happens again. All right, everybody, day 5, final update on the twins. Still doing fantastic. Their yolk sacs are pretty much completely healed up. Just probably one more day and they'll be fully sealed. And put a little neosporin on them before I put them back in the incubator for one more night. And then the next day we'll be off to starting to eat. They've been soaking, drinking water, and they are doing great. And the neosporin just helps for, infection, and it just helps for it to heal up, just to heal up that yolk sac, the scar underneath the plastron. So, yeah, so it's been an incredible journey, and I named them Thing 1 and Thing 2. So, yeah. They go well together, and they're really cool tortoises and beautiful cherry heads. So it's an awesome experience. All right, everybody, thank you for coming along on the journey, watching the twins and the spider tortoises lay and everything else. I love making these episodes. Please continue to watch, and if you aren't already, please subscribe. And also, don't be afraid to visit my Facebook and Instagram. Facebook is facebook.com/Southern Reptiles. Instagram is @TheSouthernReptiles. And also check out my website, most important, where I sell my hatchlings and other, juvenile to adult size tortoises at southernreptiles.net. And just keep tuning in, because there's more and more content to come, and I'm enjoying it, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you're loving the episodes and the content, please leave a comment below. Just say, if you want, a certain kind of episode, something something for me to do, you know, anything, leave some comments below. So thanks guys, signing out.